So the White House memorandum, the presidential memorandum, that is really encouraging and really directing federal agencies to work more collaboratively, particularly focused on water and helping the communities that deal with the drought and improving the resilience of communities to drought. We're trying to build upon some existing partnerships we have. So in this case, between the Natural Resources Conservation Service, who I represent, in this case, the Bureau of Reclamation at the Department of the Interior. We're already doing a lot of great work in the California Central Valley, the San Joaquin Valley, where Reclamation has been partnering with irrigation districts, helping to upgrade their infrastructure to improve their overall efficiency and use of water, so ultimately they can deliver more water to farmers, or ultimately maybe even have to reduce their draw off the main system. But then that's where we come in, is that we work with those individual farming operations to enhance their use of water, irrigation water in their operations, in many cases saving multiple acre feet per year annually on individual farms, increasing their overall efficiency. So after the presidential memorandum, we're looking now to expand that model outside California, and particularly here in the Colorado River Basin. And so we've been in discussions with the Department of the Interior and Bureau of Reclamation on other states and other watersheds where we can take that same blueprint and really start to expand that out across the basin, where we can have federal monies working together strategically in key watersheds, working with private industries, working with irrigation districts, but also crucially working with those individual farmers. And so we're hoping to be able to announce the strategic partnership, its expansion in the next few weeks. So that's under discussion right now, but we're really following in the wake of that presidential memorandum and trying to accelerate on-the-ground action. So I'm going to defer on where that water goes in terms of where we save those waters and where it stays in the systems, in part whether it depends if that's a federal system, reclamation really, then it allows them to be more efficient and allow for more delivery. So if an individual district is getting what they need to provide sufficient water for their producers, then perhaps irrigation districts that may not have access to water, in this case, may now be able to get their partition or their apportionment of water. So it's really expanding the ability of the federal system to make water deliveries more effectively and ultimately provide for the food and fiber production that we depend upon. If it's a non-federal system, that's where obviously we defer to state rights and local water law and water rights that those individual irrigation districts and systems have. But we feel ultimately if you can help those individual farmers be as productive as possible, that way they're going to be able to withstand drought and be able to be economically successful over the long term. We think it's a smart way to start with individual farms, but in partnership with those irrigation districts, we think it's going to help those overall systems be more resilient, but also sustainable.